It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. These powerful words, spoken by Theodore Roosevelt, encapsulate the very essence of what it means to rise above adversity, to face challenges head on, and to emerge victorious in a war where setbacks and failures are an inevitable part of life. It is the strength of the human spirit that enables us to get up again and win, time after time. Throughout history, we have witnessed countless examples of individuals who have refused to be defined by their failures, who have instead used their setbacks as stepping stones to greatness. From the likes of Abraham Lincoln, who faced numerous political defeats before becoming one of the greatest presidents in American history, to the countless unnamed heroes who have overcome poverty, discrimination, and personal tragedies to achieve their dreams. The power of resilience is a testament to the indomitable nature of the human spirit. But what is it that sets these individuals apart? What is the secret to their success? The answer, my friends, lies not in their circumstances, but in their mindset. It is the unwavering belief in oneself, the refusal to accept defeat, and the willingness to learn from one's mistakes that separates the winners from the losers. Far too often we allow our failures to define us. We internalize the negative messages that society sends us, telling us that we are not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough to succeed. We buy into the lie that success is reserved for the lucky few, that we are somehow destined to live a life of mediocrity. But I am here to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. Each and every one of us has the power within us to achieve greatness, to overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. It is not our circumstances that determine our destiny, but rather our response to those circumstances. When faced with a setback, do we allow ourselves to be consumed by self-doubt and negativity? Or do we choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning? When confronted with a challenge, do we shrink back in fear, or do we rise to the occasion with courage and determination? The choice, my friends, is ours. We can either allow our failures to define us, or we can use them as fuel for our success. We can either succumb to the voice of self-doubt, or we can choose to believe in ourselves and our abilities. History is replete with examples of individuals who have chosen the latter path. Take, for example, the story of Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history. Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Despite facing countless setbacks and failures throughout his career, Edison refused to give up. He understood that each failure was simply a stepping stone on the path to success, and he used that knowledge to fuel his determination and perseverance. Or consider the story of Oprah Winfrey, who overcame a childhood of poverty and abuse to become one of the most influential women in the world. Winfrey has spoken openly about the challenges she faced early in her career, including being fired from her first television job and facing criticism and discrimination as a young African-American woman in the media industry. But rather than allowing these setbacks to define her, Winfrey used them as motivation to work harder and prove her critics wrong. The examples of Edison and Winfrey are just two among countless others From athletes who have overcome career-threatening injuries to entrepreneurs who have risen from bankruptcy to build multi-million-dollar companies. The power of resilience is a common thread that runs through the stories of all successful individuals. But resilience is not something that we are born with. It is a skill that must be cultivated and developed over time. It requires a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to take risks and embrace failure as a necessary part of the learning process. It also requires a deep sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. When faced with a setback, it is all too easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk and self-doubt. We may tell ourselves that we are not good enough, that we will never succeed, that we should just give up and accept our fate. But this type of thinking is not only unproductive, but it is also fundamentally untrue. The reality is that every single one of us has the capacity for greatness within us. We all have unique talents, skills, and abilities that set us apart and make us valuable. The key is to identify those strengths and to use them to our advantage. This requires a willingness to engage in honest self-reflection, to take stock of our strengths and weaknesses, and to develop a plan for personal growth and development. It means seeking out feedback from others, surrounding ourselves with positive influences, and actively working to cultivate a growth mindset. Perhaps most importantly, it requires a deep sense of purpose and meaning. When we have a clear sense of why we are doing what we are doing, when we are driven by a higher calling or a sense of mission, we are far more likely to persevere in the face of adversity. Think about the great leaders and visionaries throughout history who have changed the world from Mahatma Gandhi to Nelson Mandela to Martin Luther King Jr. These individuals were driven by a deep sense of purpose and a belief in the power of their message to transform society. They faced unimaginable obstacles and challenges along the way, but they never wavered in their commitment to their cause. They understood that their work was bigger than themselves, that they were part of a larger movement for social justice and human rights. And that, my friends, is the key to getting up again and winning, time after time. It is the understanding that our struggles and setbacks are not just about us as individuals, but about the larger human experience. It is the recognition that we are all connected, that we all have a role to play in creating a better world for ourselves and for future generations. So let me ask you this. What is your purpose? What drives you to get out of bed each morning and face the challenges of the day? What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? These are not easy questions to answer, but they are essential ones. Because when we have a clear sense of purpose, when we are driven by a higher calling, we are unstoppable. We have the resilience and the determination to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any setback, and to emerge victorious. What is the voice that resonates within you when you face challenges? Is it one of encouragement? Or does it echo with doubt and negativity? The battle against self-doubt is one that we all engage in, often quietly in private. This internal dialogue can be relentless, whispering that we are not capable, that we will fail, that we should not even try. But I urge you to confront that voice, to challenge its authority. We must recognize that self-doubt is a thief, robbing us of our potential and our peace. It is a reflection of our fears rather than our reality. When we allow self-doubt to creep in, we create a barrier between ourselves and our dreams. But what if we chose to replace that negativity with affirmations of our worth? What if we spoke to ourselves as we would to a dear friend, with kindness, compassion, and belief? The words we say to ourselves shape our reality. When we embrace positivity, we cultivate an environment where confidence can flourish. We must actively combat the negativity that seeks to hold us down. Faith in ourselves is just as crucial as faith in a higher purpose. This belief serves as the foundation upon which we build our lives. It empowers us to take risks, to step into the arena of life, and to embrace the uncertainty of the journey ahead. When we place our trust in our abilities, we open the door to possibilities we may have never envisioned. Moreover, having faith in a higher purpose gives our struggles meaning. It transforms the mundane into the extraordinary. It allows us to see beyond our circumstances and recognize that we are part of something greater. This purpose acts as a guiding star, illuminating our path even in the darkest of times. It invites us to rise above our fears and to push forward, knowing that our journey contributes to a larger narrative. But we are not meant to walk this path alone. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences is essential in our quest for success and fulfillment. The people we choose to have around us can either lift us up or pull us down. Who we spend our time with profoundly affects our mindset and outlook on life. Are you surrounding yourself with those who inspire you, who challenge you to be better? Are you entangled with those who perpetuate doubt and negativity? Positive relationships act as a support system, providing encouragement when we falter and celebrating our victories no matter how small. They remind us of our worth, reflecting back to us the beauty and potential we may struggle to see in ourselves. It is vital to cultivate relationships that nourish our spirit and propel us forward rather than ones that diminish our light. As we embrace the importance of positive influences, we must also take ownership of our circumstances. It can be easy to fall into the trap of blaming others or external factors for our struggles. However, true empowerment comes from recognizing that we have the ability to shape our own destinies. Taking responsibility means acknowledging our role in our journey, both in moments of triumph and in times of failure. When we own our circumstances, we reclaim our power. We recognize that while we may not have control over everything that happens to us, we do have control over our responses. We can choose to learn from our mistakes, to adapt, and to grow. This sense of accountability fosters resilience, allowing us to rise stronger each time we face adversity. In taking ownership, we also open ourselves to the possibility of change. We can identify the areas in our lives that require transformation and take actionable steps toward improvement. This journey is not simply about overcoming obstacles, but also about evolving into the best. As we grapple with self-doubt, nurture faith in our purpose, foster positive influences, and take responsibility for our lives, we find ourselves on a path toward greatness. Each of these elements interconnects, forming a robust framework that supports our journey. It is a mosaic of resilience, determination. Now, as we consider how to progress from this moment, let us reflect on the strength that lies within us. When self-doubt tries to rear its ugly head, let us counter it with affirmations of our worth. When we feel lost or aimless, let us reconnect with our higher purpose. When negativity surrounds us, let us seek out those who uplift and inspire. And when faced with challenges, let us own our circumstances and take charge of our destinies. This journey is ours to navigate. Each step forward is a testament to our courage and resilience. We are not defined by our setbacks, but rather by our ability to rise again and again, to learn, to grow, and to ultimately win this time. The power to create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment lies within us, waiting patiently for us to unleash it. As we transition into the next phase of our exploration, let us carry these lessons with us, ready to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. Each moment presents a choice to rise, to believe, and to win. As we continue this journey, remember that every great achievement starts with a single step, a single act of courage, a single moment of faith. Together, let us step boldly into the future, prepared to conquer whatever comes our way. What is the difference between those who succeed and those who do not? Often it comes down to a single powerful concept. A growth mindset is not merely a belief. It is a commitment to lifelong learning and improvement. It is the understanding that our abilities are not fixed traits, but rather qualities that can be developed through dedication and hard work. When we adopt a growth mindset, we shift our perspective from that of a static existence to one of potential and possibility. This shift is transformative. Instead of fearing failure, we begin to see it as an opportunity for growth. Each setback becomes a lesson, each challenge a chance to develop our skills further. Embracing this mindset empowers us to take risks and step outside of our comfort zones. It encourages us to ask questions, seek feedback, and continuously push ourselves toward our goals. Consider the athletes who train tirelessly day after day. Their journey is often fraught with injuries, setbacks, and failures. Yet it is their growth mindset that allows them to persevere. They understand that every hour spent honing their craft, every mistake made along the way, brings them closer to their ultimate goal. They view their experiences not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on the path to greatness, which leads us to the next critical component of success: hard work and perseverance. The road to achievement is rarely a straight path. It is filled with twists, turns, and unforeseen challenges. The most successful individuals are those who are willing to put in the effort to grind through the tough times and to keep pushing forward even when the odds seem stacked against them. Hard work is not just about the physical effort we put in. It is also about the mental fortitude to keep going when faced with difficulties. It is about cultivating the discipline to show up every single day, to invest in ourselves, and to remain committed to our goals. Perseverance is the fuel that keeps us moving forward, even when the journey feels daunting. We must recognize that success is not a destination, but a continuous process. There will be moments of doubt, days when we feel like we are not making any progress, and times when we question our abilities. However, it is in these moments that our perseverance shines the brightest. It is the unwavering belief in our capacity to overcome challenges that ultimately defines our journey. As we develop a growth mindset and embrace hard work, we must not forget the power of visualization. What do you see when you close your eyes and envision your future? Can you picture yourself achieving your dreams? Visualization is a powerful technique that allows us to create a mental image of our desired outcomes. It helps us clarify our goals and reinforces our commitment to achieving them. When we visualize success, we create a roadmap for our minds to follow. This practice enables us to align our actions with our aspirations. It serves as a constant reminder of what we are working toward, helping us maintain focus and motivation even in the face of adversity. The more vividly we can picture our success, speaking our goals into existence is equally significant. There is immense power in our words. When we articulate our dreams and aspirations, we set the wheels in motion. Affirmations become declarations of our intentions, and they help to manifest our desires into reality. By vocalizing our goals, we engage both our minds and our hearts, creating a deep connection to our ambitions. Let us not underestimate the impact of surrounding ourselves with those who uplift us, who share our vision and who inspire us to reach new heights. As we speak our goals into existence, we can find support in our communities, our families, and our friends. Together, we can create an environment that fosters growth. As we reflect on the journey we have taken, it becomes clear that the path to victory is paved with growth, hard work, and visualization. Each of these elements interconnects, forming a powerful foundation for achieving our dreams. It is a reminder that we are not alone in our struggles, but rather part of a greater tapestry of human experience. In closing, let us take action. Let us commit to developing a growth mindset, to embracing hard work and perseverance, and to visualizing our success. Let us speak our dreams into existence and surround ourselves with those who believe in our potential. The time for action is now. And the world is waiting for us to rise to the. Remember the words of the great poet Maya Angelou, who said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." Let us carry this message in our hearts as we move forward. Every setback is an opportunity to rise. Together, let us forge ahead, unwavering in our commitment to our dreams, fueled by the knowledge that we have the power to create our own destinies. The journey is ours, and the possibilities are limitless.
You that reflections of the people, the environment, or the situation appreciate what you brings to the labor table. The fact that you are valuable, it just means that it is time back and ask yourself, why am I here, what I am doing. I am being treated of ourselves. Will appreciation is going to recognize our sacrifice and knowledge, our love, receptions, realize that your word is not something don't not need respect to be valuable for the persons you are, and here situations where you are unworthy, that you are okay the with being it's okay after it, for it's now the that doesn't mean you quite mean that you are recognized when it's no longer worth a powerful thinking walking.